The 9.2 PTR has just gone live, so people are now able to jump in and test out some of the changes or some of the things coming in 9.2. Zereth Mortis, you can check that out, some of the tier sets as well, and that's what we're going to be focusing in on in this video. Unfortunately, right now, we're not able to test double legendaries. That's not active on the PTR, or if it is, people haven't been able to find it, at least as of this recording. So right now, we're only able to test with one legendary, so things are subject to change there. Numbers are still going to be coming. We're going to be doing more damage, but this video, I'm going to be focusing in on Survival Hunter and the tier set that we're getting. If you're interested in Feral Druid, you can also check that out. I'm either uploading that video first or second, so it will be on the YouTube channel at some point here, so definitely check that out. And apart from that, if you want to see me doing a lot of testing, I'm going to be doing a lot of this as of Monday onward. I'm going to be testing a bunch of stuff, going and doing a bunch of dungeon runs, and just seeing how these tier sets work and how they function, try and give some valuable feedback to Blizzard for Feral Druid and Survival Hunter, and hopefully make these as best as we possibly can. But check me out on twitch.tv/cybeslat if you want to come and watch me do that live, and if you want to come hang out, ask your questions, voice your concerns, say what you're excited about, or if you find anything cool or hear of anything cool that you don't think I mentioned or you want to let me know, get me in on, then go for it. Come check me out at twitch.tv/cybeslat. Apart from that, we'll kind of just jump into this video, and starting us off, I will show you what the tier set is going to do. So for Survival Hunter, your 2-set bonus is going to be when Kill Command resets, it has a 40% chance to make your next Wildfire Bomb incur no cooldown. And this is important because when I first read this, I read it as, oh, Kill Command has a 40% chance to give you a full bomb. And that's not what it does. It just makes it so that when you use your next bomb, it doesn't actually end up going on cooldown. So there's an interesting interaction here which actually changes your gameplay beyond just spamming bombs, spamming carve, spamming Kill Command, and AFKing, right? There's more nuance to it, which is actually quite interesting, and I think this is going to improve the skill level of Survival Hunter a little bit. But it's still going to be really fun, and still, even if it's still going to be very noob friendly, but if you really want to optimize and really get the most out of those bombs, then it's going to be a nice little scrap there. Your 4th set then is going to be your Wildfire Bombs deal 30% additional damage, period, all the time. Plus we have a talent that makes it so a bomb does 100% increased damage, so we're getting a lot of bomb scaling here. And then the bonus of this is increased to 80% for bombs empowered by Mad Bombardier. And Mad Bombardier is obviously the 2-set that we're getting here. So the non-cooldown incurred Wildfire Bombs are going to do 80% increased damage, not 30%. Which is phenomenal. We're going to do so much damage. Right now, I've been doing something like 45k crits with my bombs. And obviously, that's going to go onto every target in an uncapped setting. So imagine the sake of argument, let's say you crit on everything, right? You're going to do 45k to every single mob. Like, the damage is going to be insane. And we're spamming these bombs. Like, I don't believe that this is going to go live in this state because it's too good. And, I don't know. It sounds too good to be true. So this is probably going to get tuned in some way. Now there are a few things. I'll let some gameplay run through here for you. Also, kind of discuss some of these things and show you can see some gameplay, see how it's all going to kind of play out. A couple things to discuss. So there are some issues with the set right now that's making our damage be higher than it should. So there's some funny interaction with you getting additional bombs or more bombs than you should due to bloodlust and haste interactions. It's giving us I think it must be to do with the way that it's coded. Again, I'm not a theory crafter, and I haven't read into this, but I've just discussed it with people like Cymex and stuff in the stream when I was testing this yesterday. Again, PTR's not been live that long, so all these things will come out in greater detail in the coming days, and I will find out more about this, but I just wanted to get this video out quick for you. So excuse me if I do get this a little bit wrong. Please don't go and vilify me in a Discord server somewhere. But basically the way I see it, or the way I've heard about it, is you're getting a bomb back. So like when your bomb doesn't incur a cooldown, it must be the coding on it is it puts it on cooldown, then gives you a full bomb. And the way it does that is it gives you bomb based on seconds. So your cooldown of your bomb is like 18 seconds. It doesn't give you, without haste, obviously, without any haste. And it gives you like 18 seconds off of a bomb, is I think how it works. Now, obviously, if you have hasted values of your bombs, where your bombs are only 14-second CDs, and if you're in Bloodlust and you got a bunch of haste and all that stuff, where your bomb cooldown is lessened, you're still getting that unhasted value off of your bomb. So you're actually getting more bombs than you should. It should, in theory, adapt to your current haste, and it should give you, like, say your bombs are 14-second CDs, it should give you 14 seconds off your bomb. Yeah, if that makes sense, right? But that's how I imagine it's probably working. Not 100% sure, but you're basically getting more bombs than you should be getting more reduction on those bombs. So we are getting more bombs than we should probably be getting. And you can see here I'm doing 50k damage, like AoE, no cooldowns, nothing, just kind of just spamming bombs and we're chilling. But as well with this, apparently as well, the number tuning or our scaling on our bombs is also being heightened. So on, apparently, like Cymex was talking about it, said something about our first bomb scales, like double scales or something. So we're actually getting way more damage on that initial bomb than we should be. But I don't know if that's just a regular bomb in combat or if that's the Mad Bombardier bomb. I don't know. Again, more of this information will come out, but I'm just kind of basically letting you know that there's some stuff going on with the bombs, which is giving us more damage than we should. It looks right now, in general, on PCR, there are a lot of issues with these sets where there are things that are bugged or things that are not working as they probably should be. Some things missing interactions, some things having extra interactions. That'll all get figured out, and this is why we want to test these things. But right now, just giving you a heads up that the bomb damage is probably higher than it should in theory be. So then, talking about the actual set, what are we actually doing here? So, I'll give you my opinion on the set afterwards. Let's talk a little bit about the gameplay. The gameplay element right now is really interesting. So, obviously, whenever we get a kill command reset, then we get a bomb that is not going to incur a cooldown. So, this means that obviously we want to do a lot of kill commands to try and get this. You can see at the top right of the screen here, you'll see these bombs show up. This is when I get a proc. You'll be able to see up at the top right. We're trying to fish for these procs. And I imagine that a weak aura will be getting made very, very soon so that you could just have an alert, free bomb, and you can just be churning those out rather than having to constantly track that because it happens quite often. So you're fishing for these bombs with your kill command, but you also want to make sure that you're still carving, because in AoE, carve is still going to get you a good 5 seconds off of your bomb, which is still very, very good. And you can't guarantee that you're going to get these kill command resets, right? Or that these kill command resets are going to give you a bomb. So you might go a few seconds without getting a bomb reset. So you still want to be carving. You don't want to sit on 2 bombs, because if you're sitting on 2 bombs, then you're overcapping when you could be getting more bombs out. So you definitely don't want to sit on 2 bombs. Then you don't want to sit on carve. Then you want to make sure that your kill command spreading, and you never want to go to 0 bombs, because the whole point is your kill command is not incurring a cooldown. So you want to make sure that if you're on 2 bombs, just send a bomb. Doesn't matter if you have the cooldown, or not. If you have Mad Bombardier, doesn't matter, just send a bomb. Then carve. Then you should be kill command spreading to fish for free bombs. Then when you're on 1 bomb left, then you can use that bomb. If you don't get a proc and you use a bomb, you use your last bomb and you don't have a proc for it, you don't have Mad Bombardier, then you're going to go down to 0 bombs and you're going to have to wait 13 seconds or whatever for your bomb to come back off cooldown. And even if you're getting procs off your kill commands, it's not going to matter because you don't physically have any bombs left in the tank. So you're going to have to be very careful to be constantly tracking, right, how many bombs do I have? Is carve up? Do I have a Mad Bombardier proc? Yes or no? And you're going to have to constantly be shifting every single global. You're going to have to constantly be shifting your reaction to the gameplay. It's kind of, to me, getting the sense of enhancement, right? You have a priority list that is constantly shifting moment by moment, and you have to adapt to it. So it definitely feels like they're improving or increasing the skill cap of Survival Hunter, because you have to constantly be tracking this rotation and making sure you're not sitting on bombs, not sitting on cars, kill command spreading. It's really fun. It's really fun. It's very fast paced, and I'll be honest, the gameplay of it is so like weirdly jank, because you're not Serpent Sting spreading anymore. I wasn't even kill command spreading because I didn't even want to waste time tab targeting. I wanted to just kill, because as well, if you tab target to a mob on the external side of on the outskirts of the pack, you'll bomb it and then you might not hit most of the mobs. So I'm just picking a central mob, making sure my bomb efficiency is hitting as many mobs as possible, and then I'm just letting go with kill commands. Like, I don't even care about the attack speed benefit of spreading kill commands and the bleed. I don't care. I've just been kill command, bomb, 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 kill command, bomb. It's been insane. Especially during your resonating arrow where you're getting this increased crit, and I'm just getting so much crit value. Even in this dungeon now where it's necrotic and sanguine and it's a terrible week for doing keys, and I'm with a random group of pugs and these tanks are pulling 5 mobs at a time or 3 mobs at a time. Even so, my damage is still crazy. I cannot wait to get 2 legendaries and to also be able to do big pulls with big, strong, confident tanks on a good affix week. I think Survival Hunter is going to be absolutely insane. Like I was saying though, I do think the gameplay of it is a little bit jank because you're not spreading kill commands. Oh, you're not really spreading kill commands. You can if you're really efficient with it. You're not really spreading kill commands. You're not spreading serpent stings anymore. There's points where I feel like I don't even want to carve because I'm getting so many bomb resets that it doesn't feel like it's worth doing anything. You don't care about tip of the spear. You're not raptor striking. Like, you're not doing anything. You're just kill commanding and bombing. And it's super fast paced, which, I don't know, it's fun, but I feel like that gameplay is a little bit degenerate. Even though it's a little bit challenging and you're constantly adapting, it's a little bit degenerate. But I do think we're going to have, or I do think Hunter's going to be in a really good state. Really stoked about this tier set. I do think it's going to be nerfed. I think Survival Hunter, you know, a lot of people, you can even see in the chat literally right now from this recorded video, like, people are talking about Windwalker Monk, and like, I'm here going, dude, this is so incredible. This is so fun, guys. This is fantastic. Survival Hunter is going to be insane. Probably going to be meta for Mythic Plus. And everyone's like, yeah, but Sai, Windwalker is going to be good too. And I'm like, well, that's cool. Luckily, there are 3 DPS spots in a key. So, you know, why not bring both? And you get the benefit of just, you know, bringing a Bloodlust. If you don't have a Bloodlust, the Hunter can do it. And you get Hunter utility and you get Hunter survivability, which is dog shit. But you can bring both. And if you know somebody who's a really good Survival Hunter, then they'll probably outcompete anybody else anyway. So it's definitely going to put, or I think if it goes live like this, I think Survival Hunter is potentially going to be meta. We're probably going to see it in some kind of Mythic Plus tournament, I would imagine, because it just feels phenomenal right now. The set is really good. When we get 2 legendaries as well, a lot of people are talking about Venthia. I think Venthia is going to be fantastic because now we're going to do incredible AoE. Like, the Forset and our Wildfire Cluster legendary is going to mean that our AoE is absolutely insane. So why not then have a Venthia legendary and get our kill shots and make sure that our 1 to 5 targets is also really, really good, right? Make sure our single target damage is going to be really strong. I think Venthia could be really good in keys, especially things like Top and Mists and potentially Spires, where the latter half is very single target heavy, but you still want a little bit of AoE in the beginning, you know? I think some dungeons like that, Venthia is going to be very strong. I think dungeons like the other side, where you have Ardenweald, where you can pull really big, or potentially something like Holes, maybe, or Sanguine Depths is a fantastic one. I think Necrotic could, or Necro Survival could be very, very good, where we're going to have the Explosive Shot legendary, crazy uncapped AoE, plus we're going to have Bomb plus tier set. Going to be a lot of AoE damage. So Necro could be kind of good. Also gives us the survivability, which is nice with Fleshcraft and things. Honestly, all of the Survival Hunter Covenants look really good. The problem for me with Night Fae, like, Night Fae is going to look really strong as well. The problem for me, the cooldowns are too long, 2-minute cooldowns, I think, compared to the other traits that we are going to have. Like, if you go Kyrian, you have cooldowns of 40 seconds. Same with Necro. Venthir is 30 seconds, right? Like, then you could have a 2-minute cooldown on Hunter. It feels like an infinite amount of time has gone past compared to the speed at which you're getting your cooldowns with these other Covenants. So I think you're probably going to be able to play like any Covenant on Survival in Mythic Plus, and you will justifiably be able to play that. I think it's going to be good. A lot of people are sleeping on Kyrian, though, I think. A lot of people say to me, oh, what about Necro? What about Venthia? Like, look at this. Look, think of all the damage we're going to have. The thing about Mythic Plus that a lot of people don't consider, you can tell a lot of people are pugging and doing those lower keys, because when you get up to the higher end, it really comes down to, like, what can you do for the team? It's not just about you. It's not just about your overall DPS. Nobody cares. But can you complete the key in time? And if you're going to play Kyrian, Imagine you're playing, like, this is what people aren't considering. I was saying this yesterday. Actually, I think at this exact moment, actually, in this key, and I was talking about it. Kyrian with the legendary is going to be really good because you're giving crit to your group. 10% crit for 10 seconds every 40 seconds is going to be really good for your group. Imagine you have a Kyrian Hunter giving your group crit, and then you also, and yourself crit, right? So all your bombs and everything are going to be like, you're going to have like, you could potentially probably be at a point where you're at like 60% crit or some shit, right? With your Kyrian, with your, probably more than that actually, with your 10%. With gear, we're going to get more item levels and stuff as well, so we're going to have more haste and more crit. And then imagine as well, like you've got a Kyrian Resto Druid in your group, and your Kyrian Resto Druid is also giving some bonding to like a Windwalker Monk or something, or a Fire Mage or a Frost Mage or something, giving them something like what, 16% crit? And then you give them an additional 10% crit? They're getting 26% crit, I believe, give or take, during their cooldown window. Like, that's going to be phenomenal. And it's not just about your damage, you know? Like, if you think about the team, that's going to be really good. And people are probably going to be saying, hey, we want Kyrian Hunters to give us this crit. Now, there are going to be other specs that are also going to be able to buff groups and stuff like that. And yeah, okay, sure. But I think this could be really good. And I think that a lot of people are probably sleeping on Kyrian Hunter because we are ingrained to be selfish players. But I do think that taking that Kyrian Legendary could be really, really good for your group, and you'll be able to watch those Windwalkers do even more damage. So yeah, those are all my thoughts, really. Those are all my thoughts. Playtesting this so far has been incredibly fun. I think it's really, really strong. I'd love to test it when it's not a Necrotic and a Sanguine week, and we've got mobs spread out across 50 yards. I'd love to have big, massive pulls and just slam those bombs. It's looking too good to be true. It's probably going to get nerfed. Don't hold out hope and think that, like, you know, Survival's going to be getting away with this, because I think we're probably going to get nerfed. But right now, I definitely recommend you get on the PTR, test this out. It's so much fun. Definitely try it out before, like, whilst it lasts. Grab some friends, jump in, do some dungeons. It's really fun. Apart from that, check me out on twitch.tv/SciBestLat, where I'm streaming this stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot of PTR testing, going to be going through all the different covenants, seeing what I like, seeing what I don't like, trying out different legendary combos, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, even our single target, dude, even our single target is crazy because of how many bombs we get. It's insane. It's so good. Just honestly, guys, come check it out. Come watch me on stream. I'll be doing Feral, I'll be doing Survival Hunter, having a good time with it. Sorry this video went on so long. Just really fun to make. And yeah, see you in the next one.